out of Ohio. A proposed Ohio constitutional amendment will end qualified immunity. So basically, Ohio is trying to end qualified immunity in the state of in the state of Ohio. Right? And I think that Ohio should definitely lead the way. Definitely. This comes out of Columbus. Another proposed constitutional amendment could be on the ballots in just over 1 year, and the group behind it said this one has to do with holding state employees accountable. The proposal is by the Ohio Coalition to End Qualified Immunity, OCEQI. The group's executive director, Cal Pierce, said their amendment would end qualified immunity for government employees like public university administrators, prosecutors, and police officers. So I like how they did this, right? They didn't just attack police officers. They are also pointing out the fact that qualified immunity also covers other state employees as well. See, it's not just police officers qualified immunity covers, because even now, Donald Trump could technically try to use that. Technically. He could. And then once he does that, all of a sudden you're going to see all the leftists out there, all the liberals who refuse to let go of Joe Biden, all of a sudden they're going to be saying, Joe Biden, get rid of qualified immunity, get rid of qualified immunity. And then that's where you're going to see all the police unions start crying, oh we, because qualified immunity is going to go away. That, I guarantee you, if Donald Trump even attempts to try to use qualified immunity in his trial, it's going to go away. But let's get deeper into this story, though. This is according to Cal Pierce here. Quote, we have government not being held to account because it does have the qualified immunity, and that degrades public trust, end quote, Cal Pierce said. Interesting. See, again, notice how he's not attacking police officers. And I like that. Smart strategy, because I totally would. And this is why people like me should do what I do, and he should be in politics, right? So qualified immunity protects government employees like police officers from civil suits for actions like inappropriate use of force, unless it can be clearly proven that the action was unconstitutional. Secretary of State Frank LaRosa said the proposal goes a step too far. Quote, they are trying to strip away protection from our police officers, end quote, LaRosa said. To me, I think this will be a very ugly thing if they're successful. Well, of course, the Attorney General, the Secretary of State would say that, right? Of course he would, because qualified immunity also protects him. See, pigs don't just come in the badge variety or the law enforcement or the law enforcement variety. They also come in the politician variety as well, in case you don't know. In case you don't know. Pierce said the amendment would not hold individual officers liable in lawsuits. Okay, so if it wouldn't hold individual officers, so if it's not a big deal, then get rid of it, right? But if it is a big deal, then we should get rid of it. And then when police officers improve their behavior, you could use that to bargain. But personally, I would keep it away. I mean, quite frankly, if you change laws, right, then we as citizens have to just adjust, right? So if you're a law enforcement, you shouldn't be in the business of legislation. You enforce the laws on the books no matter what they be, correct? Now, if you're not law enforcement and you're more into legislation, then maybe quit your jobs as police officers and run for office. Until then, you are officers of the law. You are law enforcement. You don't get choices. Like everybody else, you got to shut up and do your job. It is what it is. And that's why I hope this passes. I really, really hope it passes. Quote, we respectfully disagree, end quote, Pierce said. Quote, we went into this with police in mind. In Ohio, we back our boys in blue. We're not out here to attack our officers. We are out here to have a government that's accountable. The government is a target in this, end quote. See, again, notice how I said that, but notice how you can clearly see that's where it was going. Now, I didn't even read that particular sentence. You know, everything going on with Donald Trump and Mr. Joe Biden. Thing is, it's very easy. Very, very easy to attack government. It's and when I say attack, don't do it literally. Don't do it literally. Don't do it literally. We're talking figuratively, in terms of criticism, legal stuff. That's what I mean. Because I don't want anything that's going on with Donald Trump right now. No. The amendment would also make it so if a person wins a case against the government, a judge would order that either the state or its political subdivision take reasonable measures to prevent a similar rights violation from occurring. Wow. So not only would it change government as they know it in Ohio, but it would hold everybody accountable, and also it would force a judge. Right, to make it well, you can't do it again. So say you sue a police officer and you win in the civil case, right? Whatever caused that civil case, whatever caused that police officer to lose that case or cause a settlement, that judge is required to direct people, all the appropriate folks, or to make courtroom rules or precedents, whereas people can't do it again. I love it. Good job, Cal Pierce. Good job to the Ohio Coalition to End Qualified Immunity. Good job. I hope this passes. Godspeed. Godspeed.